2005. A small island in the Caribbean named Little Street. James, known to everyone as Epstein Island, is a 72-acre island with endless luxury. Many world presidents, from Donald Trump to billionaires like Elon Musk, used to travel freely to this island. But behind that glamour, a terrible truth was hidden. Behind the parties and holidays, all kinds of hellish crimes and devil worship were being carried out on this island with little girls. From raping little girls and cooking their meat and eating them to sacrificing them in the name of Satan, no perverted act was left out. After watching the entire video, you might be caught in horror. You will be forced to wonder who is really controlling the world. Humans, Satan worshippers, or Satan himself. If you have a problem with sensitive issues, you can skip the video. So let's get started. In March 2005, when all the victims of the world did not open their mouths for fear of influential people, suddenly a brave teenager broke the silence. A girl named Courtney Wild filed a complaint against Jeffrey Epstein for the first time with the Florida police. During the investigation, the police and the FBI began to recover such terrible evidence one after another that anyone's blood would run cold if they saw it. This evidence included a list of the names of influential people in the world, some of their objectionable photos, and the records of private flights to Epstein's island. All this evidence was presented in court, and these were later infamous as the Epstein files. The investigation also revealed that Epstein had made not one or two but numerous children victims of the lust of billionaires. Now you may be wondering, who was this Jeffrey Epstein? Where did he get such a huge amount of money? How did he build a network of friendship with billionaires like Elon Musk and even the Prince of Britain? And the biggest question is, was it a coincidence that all the CCTV cameras in New York's most secure prison suddenly became useless on the night of Epstein's death, or was there an invisible hand behind it? The story of Epstein's rise is a bit like a fairy tale, but it is true. Once a general mathematics teacher, yes, a teacher, he quickly transformed into a mysterious rich man. He left his school job and stepped into the world of Wall Street. After gaining the trust of wealthy businessmen, Epstein took charge of their vast wealth. And with the help of fat commissions and the acquaintances of that influential circle, one after another luxurious mansions began to be built in his name from New York to Florida. But behind this glittering empire, a terrible truth was hidden. Using his power and money, Epstein secretly confessed to the sexual abuse of young children and teenage girls. In the eyes of the world, Jeffrey Epstein was a billionaire entrepreneur. But in reality, he was a ruthless criminal. His mansions and wealth were spread from Manhattan, New Mexico, Paris, cities to deserts and countries abroad. But Epstein's real kingdom was that 72-acre island in the Caribbean Sea. Little Street. James, which was Epstein's personal island of sin. Epstein used his own private jet to go to this island. The island, which the media nicknamed the Lolita Express, was used to invite presidents and billionaire guests from different countries under the guise of lavish parties and holiday joys, who would indulge in a disgusting game of making innocent young girls victims of their lust. Epstein's world was not only about opulence and luxury. Many powerful figures from the world's political arena were present there. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton has traveled on Epstein's private jet many times. Donald Trump was also in Epstein's close circle in the 90s. Even the British Prince Andrew, who was known to have molested young girls. From Bill Gates to many famous Hollywood stars, Epstein was part of this kingdom of sin. When the FBI searched Epstein's house, they recovered a huge secret treasure trove of CDs and photos from there. This raised suspicions that Epstein might have secretly recorded videos of the perverted misdeeds of those powerful people, so that he could later blackmail them with them. And Epstein was controlled by Israel's Mossad. However, In 2008, a shameful deal was made behind the scenes. A high-ranking prosecutor secretly made a deal with Epstein's lawyers without informing the victims. As a result, Epstein almost got released. And the influential people involved with him also remained in the dark. Epstein, who was supposed to spend his life in prison, was sentenced to just 18 months in prison. That too with the opportunity to stay out of prison at will. And after just 13 months, Epstein was completely released from prison. But after receiving this exemption, Epstein was so blinded by arrogance that he started publicly flaunting his power. And this is how the secret agreement came to the attention of the media. The news of this scandal leaked around the world. He thought that with the power of money he could silence his victims forever, but after seeing examples like Cartoony Wild, many women dared to come forward and demand the cancellation of the 2008 settlement agreement in court. In 2018, an investigative report revealed the true face of this conspiracy, and on its strength, the FBI arrested Epstein again in July 2019. However, this time he was not granted bail. This started shaking the powerful circles around the world. If Epstein opens his mouth in court, who knows how many evil deeds will be revealed. But before the trial began, Epstein was found dead in a New York prison cell on August 10, 2019. Founded New York. Greater than according to official information, it was a suicide. But surprisingly, all the surveillance cameras in the prison were turned off that night. The guards were also unconscious in a deep sleep. And at the same time, Epstein was also removed from the suicide watch list. Many suspect that Epstein has actually been silenced forever, so that no more big names can come out of his mouth. And the mystery of his death remains unsolved to this day. Jeffrey Epstein may not be here today, but the shadow of his infamy still hangs over the heads of the powerful in the world. Countless billionaires and former and current presidents have become hated by the world for their unbridled evil deeds in Epstein's kingdom of sin. It is thought that the presidents of the most civilized and powerful countries in the world are each child rapists. And today they are struggling to prove their innocence. When the FBI searched Epstein's island, they found several strange things that made this mystery even darker. They found a structure on the island that looked like a blue and white striped domed temple. Many people think that devil worship and child sacrifice were practiced here. Even the traces of secret tunnels and bunkers have been found under this island, although their purpose is still unknown. All the statues of strange designs were scattered around. Surveillance cameras were installed everywhere on the island. And were these cameras really just for security? Or were they secretly recording everything and later used as a weapon of blackmail? The answer to this has not yet been found. But with each new page of his file opened, an earthquake is starting in the powerful circles. From Prince Andrew's secret pseudonym to Donald Trump's child, every new piece of information released is causing a stir around the world. There are still many more names to be revealed. Perhaps many more famous and powerful people in the world have dedicated themselves to this kingdom of sin. Because so far, only a few pages out of the 3 million pages of the Epstein file have been published. The vast majority of which are still missing. Can you imagine what thousands of other files like Epstein's are hidden in the remaining millions of pages? I said no more today. It makes you shudder to think who is actually controlling the world. Humans are Satan worshippers or Satan himself. And if you want to know more about the Epstein files, you can tell us in the comments. If we receive your request, we will try to bring the rest of the Epstein files very soon. Thank you.